Speaking of also not racism, Bill O'Reilly. Apparently, he has put aside his anger at God, rediscovered a makeup artist who will actually work with him, and is now doing his own. Like you could see here, a lot of the videos that were playing over the summer, O'Reilly had no makeup on, and he was sitting in some type of really sad, like, home studio situation, and there was a lot of pathos to it. And now Bill O'Reilly is back. He has a proper studio. He has a makeup person. And what is he going to do? Oh, my God. Freak out about a rap album. It's like we're back in 2001. What's funny about this here, though, is that O'Reilly is going to actually simultaneously do a few things here. He's going to accurately diagnose what Snoop Dogg is doing with his new album, acknowledge that he's actually met Snoop Dogg and thinks he's a nice guy, and then proceed to say some of the most... Sometimes O'Reilly says racist stuff on the DL and he knows what he's doing, and then other times he just says profoundly racist stuff, has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And he does that several times in this clip.
Snoop Dogg, you know this guy, rap artist Snoop Dogg? Okay, so he's a master manipulator of the press. He's got an album out, Make America Crip Again. Yeah, very good. See, our slogan is... take your country back. Take your country back. Snoop Dogg's slogan is Make America Crip Again. I think there's a little gulf. Anyway, on his album cover, he's got a dead president where he's standing over it, and that president's Donald Trump. He did it on purpose to get on, guys like me to talk about it.
It was
I wanted
accident.
to tell. The reason I'm even mentioning is I met him twice. Snoop Dogg. Once at the Kennedy Center Honors when I introduced Herbie Hancock, and once at the Fallon Show backstage. He couldn't have been nicer. He couldn't have been nicer, this guy. He wasn't like a lot of them. It wasn't surly and, very nice. I talked to him briefly, but he's doing this to sell his rap album. So I'm not upset about it. I expect it.
So basically what Bill O'Reilly did there is he did say correctly that Snoop Dogg's calling his album Make America Crip Again and standing over a dead body of Donald Trump is in fact a way of getting media attention. That's correct. Apparently, and then he says his slogan is a gang homage to the roots of Snoop Dogg's career where he did in fact glorify gang violence and affiliate with the Crips. Our slogan is take your country back, which is basically like an indirect dog whistle to like Jim Crow. So yeah, there is a little bit of a gulf there. And then Bill O'Reilly says, he's a really nice guy. He wasn't surly like a lot of them are. And my guess would be that perhaps, I don't know this, but my opinion is that maybe Bill O'Reilly might have had most of his interactions with black people might have either been being on national television, saying things like, if you pulled your pants up, then maybe cops wouldn't shoot you in the face. Or, like going to a makeup lady and be like, come on, Mochaccino. I don't get a date. I don't get a date. What's the matter? Foxy Brown, Pram Greer. I'm going to guess that a lot of black people specifically were surly to Bill O'Reilly because I'm going to guess that his main interactions with black people were racially hustling them on national television or potentially sexually harassing them in the office. Probably doesn't leave that much room.
I want more iced tea.
Yeah, that might have gotten a surly response. And in fact, I thought you already learned that you went uptown to Harlem to eat with Al Sharpton, and the waiter said, would you like anything else with that, sir? Instead of like, yo, motherfucker, why you here, O'Reilly ass motherfucker? I thought you had already had this great breakthrough back like over 10 years ago that a lot of them weren't surly. Oh, Bill O'Reilly's great. He's just such an incredible piece of garbage. I actually thought that it was kind of it for him a couple of weeks ago. I thought the whole I blame God. I was like, all right, that might be the last clip.
I think this might be sort of a long
like denouement. It's interesting because we were talking before the show, like a lot of what made him was the stage. Like he's a good broadcaster and everything,
Right.
but that he was broadcasting to that many people on that network was a big part of it. Now he's just some guy with a studio. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Hear him reminisce about the times he met Snoop Dogg.
Right.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's actually the even deeper subtext is like, there was a time when I introduced Herbie Hancock. He was a cool cat. He was the least surly one of them I ever met. And then I met Snoop, and it was great. I was a big star. And there was just all sorts of backdoor settlements happening right and left, and I could harass any woman in the building. Those were the days.
That's where this chapter is going to get interesting. is the epilogue of the O'Reilly era.
Guy's gonna be
My back pages.
It's gonna be like one of those like declines when it's like, the guy who like the drug kingpin who was like in their prime, they were smuggling kilos and getting away with it, and then like several years later, all of a sudden, like, they're arrested with like a dime bag heroin habit. Like O'Reilly's gonna get like picked up like outside of like a Wendy's, being like, he's harassing me. They're like, cuff him. Wasn't this the same asshole who paid a private detective to follow you, Bob? Yeah, it is. Hey, Bill, maybe we wouldn't rough you up in the car if your suit was pressed. That would be the ultimate poetic justice. Bill O'Reilly gets picked up for sexual harassment, and then the cops beat on him for not having a properly pressed suit. and looking at them wrong. I don't know, Bill, you're a little surly. I need to work you over in the squad car a little bit.
You surly Irishman.
I feel threatened. Bill, are you reaching in your pocket, Bill?
Bill actually is very tall too.
Yeah, he's tall and he's surly, and he has a very rage-filled face.
He's very lucky that the policing is advanced.
That's right. That's right. There's definitely he was lucky to be born after the Irish became white.
Not that policing's advanced. Never mind.
Yeah, it's best for us. Okay.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos